Hi there, Laura Kay here. I want to show you a quick demonstration of a system that I built for a client. This is a wholesale fashion label, and their whole line of products is really priced off of one pretty volatile commodity, which is silk. If your prices depend on an input that moves a lot, like a metal, fabric, coffee, resin, or even freight rates, this kind of system is super helpful because everything that you see is built on a live database underneath, but code is actually going to be running these pricing scenarios in real time. And the client that I was working with was coming from a system that was very scattered across almost a dozen different Excel sheets, and things were breaking, and it was really, really time consuming to keep this up to date. But with this system, let's say that the supplier quotes you $70 a kilo. So I can slide here and see the prices changing appropriately, or I can type in if I want the exact amount. 45 of these products actually reprice right away. So the material cost, the landed cost, wholesale, and the recommended retail price. These are also going to have flags that show exactly when the published prices are no longer hitting their margin target. The products that don't use silk don't move. We can do the same for trade policy. So let's say a tariff shock is going to hit every vendor, but it's going to hit them differently depending on their country of origin. In this system, that's actually modeled per supplier, so the damage report is accurate, it's not averaged. And all of this, as I'm changing it, is really in a sandbox. It hasn't been applied to the actual data yet, it hasn't been saved yet. But let's say that instead of resetting to where we started, we actually want to apply this scenario. This is the real scenario. We're able to very quickly reprice the data underneath it. So that means that we don't need to be copy and pasting between different sheets, looking at broken VLOOKUPs, and there's no all hands afternoon of updating files. The core design principle here is that every number that's important to ripple through the whole system lives in exactly one place. So this cell is the silk price. The products are referencing it. No one is retyping the same number across the rest of the system. You can also see that each of their products has a cost cascade. So we start with the things that the person is going to be entering in here, the category, which collection is a part of, the yarn and vendor, the trims, a weight. We have the workshop's rate already baked in based on the vendor that we've selected. And then these prices of the freight cost, labor, duty cost, landed cost, all of these are consequences. And when we have the price history change, there's actually an automation. This was triggered by the change I did just now for you in the pricing studio. We can see it changed from, $52.50 per kilo to $70 per kilo. And we can also add notes about exactly what changed. So if people are asking, why did our cost change in April? It's a lookup, it's not an investigation. So that's the system. We have clean relational data, pricing logic that this client is able to read and maintain themselves. We have the scenario interface that their whole team can easily use, and just one automation that's doing the tracking of the price changes over time. This build was for a fashion line, but your project could be for jewelry, food, manufacturing. Anything priced off of moving inputs can really benefit from this kind of system. So if this looks similar to a problem that you are working through right now, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I'm happy to hear you out, and if nothing else, just give my 2 cents on your project. Hope we get a chance to speak soon.